Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Now, let me get these on. All right, what's up, everyone? Back with another episode of Keep It Moving. Look, there's a couple things I want to holler at you about. One, this is the camera I use. They don't pay me. You don't have to know much to know to use this, know how to use it, and get decent sound. Two, no matter, Zoom made a great camera. All right, just flat out audio. Don't worry about it. You got it here. Got to watch your inputs. First thing I learned right off, if you're gonna have a podcast, you need your own space. Period. End of story. I don't have my own space. I hear the TV in the background. I hear what my wife and kids are talking about. I hear everything in the mic, and you're likely to hear it sometimes too. So I'm working on getting my own space, my own time cut out, my own area, soundproofing, setting up studio wise so that I can, I'd say, immerse myself more into it. Um, the second and third things I learned is from paying attention to other people that were giving me advice. You have to talk more. I mean, not just talk about music, although that's that's what I love to do. So, but you have to talk more. You're gonna have to look at the camera. You're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to, express things like what you're going through. You know what I mean? Like your journey. Like right now, I'm having issues you guys will never know about. Like there's certain I know how to work this thing in so many ways, but then I like for a show, I'll save everything on a flash drive and I've got all these playlists laid out where I can just go from one song to another without searching through my files to try to find what I want to play for you guys. And I don't know how to load my flash drive back in there. So I can do it through my computer or I can hunt through here. There's so many songs, I've got to name them and then assign them to files. So just because you know how to make music doesn't mean that you necessarily know how to organize your music. So for a podcast, you have to be very organized, okay? And it takes a lot of time and effort behind the scenes. You might see somebody do a half-hour podcast and have no idea how much work goes into that. I mean, I know that there's a lot of people that can set up an iPhone and do some podcast and it's all good. But I mean, if you're going for what I'm going for, you almost feel helpless at the beginning. It's like I need a team. I need help. You know what I mean? Like before, I was like, oh, I'm Superman. I can rap. I can produce. I can do this. I can do that. No, you can't do everything by yourself. Sometimes you just need help, whether it's setting up the camera, checking the levels, or just cutting out enough time. I mean, think about it. We're working 40 hours a week. Then we might have a little part-time gig. You might be a day trader. You might be like me. You might be putting in at least 40 a week at a not at home job. Then come home, you're exhausted. Then you gotta, do things for your family. It's cutting out that time and putting in that effort is absolutely necessary, but it's taxing, people. It is taxing. It's not as easy as everyone makes it look. You think you get on there, you get on YouTube or whatever. Let me get some cord right here. So you get on YouTube or whatever, and you're watching all these videos, and you think it's just a breeze. It's not a breeze. You don't just hit record and magically everything is beautiful. Uh, the other thing I learned is that I need a soundproof setting. Now, I told you I need my own space, but getting your own space is one thing, but soundproofing it or having it be a quiet space, because I've got a nice condenser mic and I could up the notch on my mixer if I wanted to, which eventually I will, but right now I'm dabbling in some investments. So I'm always juggling money, juggling money, juggling money. But the point is that I need, I personally and other people, you need a very quiet space or you need some soundproofing. You need good lighting. I mean, you guys can't see it because I'm hiding it, but I've got a lamp tipped over on its side pointing at me. And that's why I'm wearing my glass, because I don't like the bright lights all up in my face, just you know. And that's another thing, you got to have good lighting. So there's a lot of hidden investments, a lot of hidden time, and a lot of taxing things. If you know, if you just if you just want to get an iPhone and set it up on a nice stand and then do it that way, it can be done. I have seen it done. It can be done. But you still need that, if you're going for what I'm going for, you still need that quiet space. Unless you're gonna do, the outside thing, unless you're riding a motorcycle, a dirt bike, a skateboard, or something, you're doing some type of action stuff, then the sound, cars, the sound is good. But not for what I'm going for. That being said, I wanted to tell you about the Zoom Q8M 4K. No, they don't pay me. That's great. I love it. I thought these monitors that I use were going to be just a gimmick because Scott Storch put his name on them. And he was just going to, there, put, no. They actually sound really, really great. I'm not using them for the podcast. Right now, I'm just running through the mixer, going direct, and trying to work out levels with YouTube and make sure I know how they function so that my stuff sounds relatively decent on there. It's it's a million little things, and they all add up. It's like everything's trying to stop you. It's like gravity's trying to pull you down, and you just got to keep punching your way through. That being said, I have spoke to you, and I just want to play some music right now. So let me hit play on this beat, and we're going to hope the levels come out decent on YouTube. And if not, guess what? Later on tonight, 80% of anything I play will be, that's my word, I'm giving you my word, will be on YouTube, and you will be able to hear, the finished product, because I'll save it to the flash drive and just upload it, bing, bang, boom, you'll have it. I know I've been saying that, but it's hard to find time to do it. So from now on, I'm going to stop making false promises. I'll get to it when I get to it, but I'm going to get to it as soon as I can for you. I promise you that. All right, let's hit play and see what we got. Let me turn my mic down. I want to hear all this in the background. Soon as I hit play, it wants to say that it wants to save the progress. You see, and it's already saved it. So there's always glitches. Work your way through them. I'm just fighting my way through this, man. I ain't gonna stop. Anyways, here we go. Let's try again. Yeah, I'm coming with different vibes. Not everything has to be, Now I see them levels. I heard them levels. There we go. Yeah, I heard them levels, man. And every song's gonna have different levels. So there you go. Yeah. A lot of the stuff I make isn't always gonna be some, I wanna be a thug hardcore shot. I drive a lot. I travel a lot to see friends and family. So a lot of the stuff I make is gonna be something that I like to hear when I'm driving to, just pushing down the highway. We'll go ahead and knock that out, get that out. Let's load a new project. We're not gonna save that because that mix can be done. Way better breakdowns. That's another thing I wanted to tell you. One of the things that I do when I make my music, I'm going to go ahead and load up another project. I've got a couple already ready that I can just go ahead and scroll to. Let me see here. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm going to load that. And Yeah, I know you heard that, but we'll keep it. Yes. So these are MP3s, and I'm just going to play you snippets of them. But I wanted to talk to you about editing when I'm doing my songs, the way that I do them. And I've seen other people do them so differently. They want to do them like they're mixing, like they're hitting 3 or 4 mute buttons at the same time and everything like that. The way I like to do it when I'm doing a finished product for myself or for an artist, it's usually for myself because it's very rare that artists actually show up when they say they're going to and actually put something that like it's usually this, but not on the the session, the professionalism. God. Anyway, when I'm editing something, mastering it for a final mix, what I like to do is what's called subtractive editing. Now, there's a bunch of engineers and producers out there already. They know what I said. But for people that don't know what I said, just started producing, or you're young or whatever, it's new to you or something, you're a 14-year-old and you're, making banging ass beats or whatever, but they got like 18 tracks. Don't erase those. I know you're like, this don't go, this, I thought it did, it did. Keep everything. Go ahead, copy those sequences and keep messing with them. That's how you get your your bridges and your breakdowns, and you can go in, you can erase drums on a different sequence. You know what I mean? You can cut them out, or you can put in a different fill, and all of a sudden something will click with that sound you thought you couldn't use, or you could put an effect on it or whatever. I mean, you can get really, really creative. So don't think just because you're taking things out for the hook, and then it just has to be so simplistic. Let's just go ahead and get back to being free and making music. You can do a lot more with subtractive editing than what you think. Just look into it. Just look into it. I'm gonna hit play on this. What the hell? Who cares?
Got the beats for the street, keep it on lock now.
Keep it moving.
Got the beats for the street, keep it on lock now.
Keep it moving. Let's go up to, I like this one a lot. This one, this is one of the ones that I'm definitely going to put on YouTube because it's finished and it's got a vibe, and I like to drive to it. And there's a part after the first verse, like after the intro, it's kind of busy, but then it hits these chords, and if I'm driving, I have to try not to go faster. I don't know. There's just songs that you hear people doing dishes in the background. They wait till I do my podcast to start doing dishes. I could go out there and be a bad father and husband and yell and shit, but it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it, cuz. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. We'll find our way. Hey, check this one out. Here it comes. I like driving to this. Now the chords, they keep going and they have a progression and it's got a vibe and a feel. I'm gonna put that on YouTube for you. It's something to push your whip to, and yeah, I just like it. That one's got to go on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put that on YouTube. See if you like driving to it like I do. Just don't get caught up out there messing around. Let me see what else I want to do. I've got all types of stuff on here. Didn't I tell you I had some breakdance stuff? Let's audition some of that, see what happens. I know I got some of that too. But let's load this up. Loading a project, I don't have to worry about things getting erased or whatever. I got to get rid of this big desk. This desk is huge. It wraps around. It's too big, man. I've been tripping on this thing. Let's see what sequence one. We only got one sequence. Some old school electro rock b-boy stuff. Let's see what it is. Oh yeah. son and I, we did a project for Clemson where his psych professor or something said if he did a breakdance video, he could, how would you say it, guarantee a good grade on his final, which was worth like a quarter of the grade for the year. So we did a breakdance video of this and turned it in, and he got 100%. Ace the class, boy. Yeah. And she was cool that we produced some music and we did the film and everything. So it turned out all right. I mean, I can see 100 breakdowns in that one, but I mean, if you're a ticker or a popper, I'm not necessarily sure that's the one for your power moves. But if you're into popping or ticking or whatever, yeah, you'll kill that. I'm not gonna put that on YouTube right now. I think that I'll just come home one day and it'll just be up there. It'll be up there. I think I'm gonna wrap it up for the day. Well, that's another thing I learned, man. Don't try too hard. I'm just talking to you people. Now, look, if you want to hear some crazy ass, how is he still here stories? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that think, what you mean? Damon ain't never, you don't know. If y'all ever want me to just sit down and tell you some crazy ass stories, man, let me know. Put it down in the comments because I got some. I got some where we're going to have to put a warning label on the screen. Hey, 18 only. 18 and up only. No kids. Get your kids out the room if I'm telling stories, man. But that's it for the day right now, man. We're going to keep it moving. I'm going to get a couple of these instrumentals. 3. I owe you 3 for sure. I'm going to get them up on YouTube. No, not YouTube. SoundCloud right now. Because hopefully there is an artist out there somewhere that either just wants to drive to it, or I know there's a couple beats that I owe you. So we're gonna put those up and see if anybody uses them, and if they do, good. And if they don't, hey, fuck y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nah, just play. Hey man, that's it for Keep It Moving today. We're gonna check back in with you next week. Until then, stay cool and keep it moving.